21st of December, I've got to put it right. And that's it. Do the best we can.
Welcome to my gym.
Okay, I thank you, my team, I thank God.
I've been searching the world for 20 years to find someone who can challenge me. First time in years, I'm going in there as a challenger, not a champion. And I believe I'm better as a challenger, always, because I've got that goal of achieving something again. Everything's going really well. I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to run it back and try and get those belts back. So I want to get that. I'm hungry for the revenge now. And I'm in camp already. I've been training 4 weeks already.
For me, it's very important. It's my life. I say thank you. I ask, give me please power more. I say thank you.
The adjustments I need to make is less complacency, a little bit more focus and less clowning, because I was clowning a lot in the ring. I was doing a lot of showboating and messing around, and I wasn't focused 100% when I was in there. I was playing a lot of times and enjoying it too much, and I think I became complacent and got caught. And that was it, you know, heavyweight boxing, it only takes one punch and you're caught. I lost a round, I got a standing count 10-8 round, and that cost me the fight by a split decision. So other than that, if I can just keep me focused and be on the game for the full amount of distance, if it goes that far, then I don't see why I don't win the decision this time again. But don't get me wrong, if the knockout comes early on or before 12, then I'll take it for sure.
I'm happy. I'm undisputed. Yes, I'm undisputed, but great. Okay. Thank you. Pray for God. Hey, listen, I have a lot of work. I must just relax. I listen my wife. I listen coach. I listen my friends, but with the ring and my focus. I listen, hey, I believe you, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but it's like extra my motivation, because it's my wife, my focus.
Do you believe you stopped Alexander Usyk in a rematch, Tyson? It looks like I'm going to have to, because I didn't get the decision last time out, so I'm going to have to knock him out this time. Obviously, he's got a decision over me. He hasn't beat the Gypsy King, he knows that deep down. He did beat me. Listen, they've had to give me a dodgy decision to get a victory over me, and that says a lot after 17 years.
Well, professional boxer. It's not like a one fight, maybe two fight, like we in boxing. I'm 22 years for boxing, but I listen to people, yeah, come on, but for me, it's helped me. But for me, like a focus on boxing.
Got me trainer, Sugar Hill Stewart, I'm under his watchful eye, and sometimes he'll say to me, come on, let's do 10 in the gym, let's do 15, or let's do 5, depending on how he sees that I'm progressing. So it could have went either way, really, the last fight. He got the decision, so it gives me that fire beneath me now to run it back and get that decision back.
I bet predictions, but it's like Olympic champion and UK champion. Listen, it's a different level.
And it's given me like a fire underneath. People can say, oh, I want to change trainers, or I'll blame it on my conditioning coach, or I'll blame it on the cook, or I'll blame it on the mouse next door. You know, I'm not interested in all that. Same team, same everything. I know what I got to do. I thought I won the fight last time. I give him a full fight. Me being boxing all my life and watching boxing my whole career, I give him round 8, 9 and 10, and round 9 was a 10-8, so that's what I give him out the fight book, obviously. So a man who walks forward like this, to him, is Christmas time, come early. I was scared of him, that's why I didn't look at him. I've got another 9 to go. I'm feeling pretty good, you know. It's very important at this level, with my experience, not to do too much, not to leave it in the gym. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, the harder you train, the better it is. Definitely not. You can leave it all in the gym and have nothing left on the night.
When I come to the ring, I live there. But when we fighters go to ring, more life, preparation.
Rabbit or anything like that?
No. This is my greedy belly friend.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. It's like my brother.
You know, if you beat Tyson in December...
When? I pray and I don't think about it. I don't know what next. I
I wanna rest with my family, with my children. Boxing too dangerous. This is dangerous.
Training, just fight. Hey, my fans, I'm really appreciate what you do. Thank you so much. I love you. We are great. I love you.
You know, after being undefeated for nearly 2 decades, 17 years, I thought like maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I thought like, oh, if I ever get knocked out or lost, I don't know what would happen. And it's happened and nothing's changed. I'm still doing the same old. Nothing changes in the day of dad. I suppose if I was on my own in a penthouse in Miami with a supermodel and a Ferrari and a poodle, then things might have changed. Considering I'm not that type of a person, I'm just doing the same old stuff I always do. Nothing much has changed. Nothing really. And it's given me a little bit of a lift because...
In the span of just a few short years, Tyson Fury has etched his name into the annals of boxing history. With his unprecedented comeback from the brink of personal destruction, the Gypsy King has ascended to the pinnacle of the heavyweight division, defeating the likes of Deontay Wilder in what is considered one of the greatest trilogies in boxing history. He has become a symbol of resilience, a fighter who not only overcame his own demons, but overcame the toughest opponents boxing had to offer. But despite all of his achievements, Tyson Fury is not content. What drives a man who's already done it all? Why, after years of ruling the heavyweight division, does Tyson Fury continue to seek challenges that could risk everything he has fought for? The answer lies not in the belts he has won, but in something far deeper. For Fury, it has never been about the material accolades. The Gypsy King is driven by the quest to prove that he is, unequivocally, the best heavyweight boxer to ever step into the ring. His fight against Alexander Usyk, a man who took one of Fury's most prized titles, the WBA heavyweight belt, is a fight of redemption. But this fight means more than just another step towards cementing his legacy. It's about avenging his only blemish in nearly a decade and proving to the world that Tyson Fury is not a man to be underestimated.
Now I've got something to really return for. And here's the interesting fact that in 2 decades, no one has ever survived a rematch with me, standing. And all of the rematches that I've had with John McDermott, the trilogies with Chisora, the trilogy with Wilder, and I'm going into a rematch with this, I've stopped every one of them and knocked them out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge. The second fight will be different, like the second fight for Wilder was going into the rematch with Usyk. It's going to be the same. I'm going to roll the dice and it's going to be you or me. Best foot forward and swing away. And I've never been afraid to get that spark out, and I've always put it on the line every time. So let's see if he's willing. So people say to me, like, you're 36 now, you've been doing this since you've been 14. Why keep going? I just love to do what I do. I love to come in here. I love to hit that big heavy bag. I love to do me a bit of sparring and training and that. And I don't see there's anything better for me out there than to do what I actually have a passion for. At the moment, I don't have a passion for any other business that I'm involved in. Not really interested at all. And I absolutely love doing what I'm doing. People say you can go on too long, you might get hurt, this, that and the other, but end of the day, I'm the one who's got to make that decision. And for now, God's got a plan for me. And whatever that plan is, then I'll follow it and I'll go all the way with it. And the plan ain't for me to walk away right now, or else I'd have done it already. So I'm just following the path, and wherever it takes me, that's where I'll be.
Usyk's what he is. He's ugly rabbit still. He's always going to be an ugly rabbit because ugly bastard. But I'll see him on the 21st. F***ing rabbit. And I'm going to take all my belts back once again. Guarantee you.
Minus the IBF.
Yeah, I'll get that back as well after. When I fight Usyk in December and beat him, I'll reign all the belts that I should never have lost. And then I'll fight the Dubois and take that off him as well.
That's your plan?
Yeah, that's my plan.
He's fighting Usyk again.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a tough fight. It's rare that someone with that kind of technique gets into the heavyweight division. If you watch the Usyk fight, he was touching Usyk up in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that reach and that jab, the accuracy that he has, technique and huge. And the heavyweights were never really that good. When you get up to the heavyweight division, guys it tends to be like a lower bar. He was doing really well in that fight until he started to slow down a little bit, and Usyk wound up just catching him.
Total midget Usyk.
He's so talented. He's so small for a heavyweight too. He's non-stop movement and his footwork and everything. It's so different than anybody else.
When I beat Usyk next time, God willing, I do what I believe I can do. My own promoter said recently, today, in an interview when we both sat there, like, you win this and you're back on top and there's no talking point, like, that's it, you put it behind you. And I said, no, Frank, that's not what we're going to do. When I win this fight with Usyk, then there has to be a third fight. There has to be. Because if you win one and I win one, then there has to be a third fight. Regardless who won the second one, there has to be a third fight to see who is the best out of us two. One each, one decider. And that's what I'll look for after that. And then after that's done, in next year, maybe February or March, then I'll look for the winner of the rematch between AJ and Dubois. Let's just face it, if someone knocked me out in 5 rounds, the last thing I'd want to do is fight somebody else. I want to fight the mother who knocked me out. Isn't that what fighting men do? It's very important for me to not do that right now. A lot of inexperienced people will say to you, have you run further than you've ever run? Have you trained harder than you've ever trained? The answer is no, because you can only train a certain amount of hardness and run a certain amount of miles before you leave it all in the gym. I'm looking forward to the event. I'm looking forward to the fight. You know, the last fight we had in May, it was a close fight. He won on a split decision by a point.
Every champion's journey is defined not just by their victories, but by their preparation. Behind every knockout, every victory, every belt won, there is a process that shapes a fighter. Tyson Fury's training camp for his rematch against Alexander Usyk is a statement in itself. He is ready, but he's also aware of the stakes. In the lead up to the rematch, Fury has been working under the guidance of his trainer, Sugar Hill Stewart. Sugar Hill has been instrumental in refining Tyson's skills, taking the raw talent of the Gypsy King and adding layers of technical precision to his already imposing physical presence. Sugar Hill's unorthodox methods, combined with Fury's natural ability, have already yielded astonishing results. But what has been the most striking about Fury's preparation this time around is the shift in his mentality. Every fight is different, Fury tells us. It's not about just being strong, it's about being smart. Usyk is tricky, and I've got to be ready for whatever he brings. This is no longer just about muscle and grit. It's about focus, discipline, and adapting to an opponent who demands the best. And when Fury speaks of his training camp, it's clear that this time there is no room for distractions. Fury is accustomed to unorthodox training regimens. His famous 400-pound weight loss transformation is one of the most legendary stories in boxing. But this time, Fury's training is different. Sugar Hill's philosophy is about precision and explosiveness. Fury spends hours working on footwork, ring movement, and, perhaps most importantly, his defense. However, what truly stands out is the psychological shift. In his previous camps, Fury had been known to take liberties, showboating, clowning in the ring, almost as if he was playing with his opponents. But this time, Fury has a point to prove, and his commitment to the fight is unparalleled. His respect for Usyk, the former cruiserweight champion turned heavyweight sensation, is palpable. He's not going to underestimate Usyk the way he might have done in the past. Sugar Hill Stewart's influence cannot be overstated. Fury's boxing coach for the past several years, Sugar Hill is known for his no-nonsense attitude. His training sessions are grueling, but they always result in results. Under his guidance, Fury's defensive game has improved significantly, and his punching power has become even more dangerous. Sugar Hill, speaking candidly about the camp, says, "Tyson has always had the ability to be great. What we're doing now is refining that ability to ensure he's got everything in his arsenal to defeat Usyk." Fury's workout schedule is intense, but it's also controlled. He knows the balance between pushing his body to the limit and maintaining enough energy for the fight. The goal isn't to burn out in the gym, it's about being fresh and mentally sharp when he steps into the ring. There's a fine line between overtraining and undertraining, says Fury. It's all about knowing when to push harder and when to pull back. As for the question of how much Fury is training compared to previous camps, the answer is clear. This time he's training smarter. The stakes are higher, and Fury knows it. Tyson Fury's first fight against Alexander Usyk was billed as one of the most eagerly anticipated heavyweight bouts of the decade. Fury, the undefeated Gypsy King, against Usyk, the slick, technically brilliant, former cruiserweight king who had already proven himself as a formidable force in the heavyweight division. The fight was close, and for Fury, it was a bitter pill to swallow. While many felt the split decision could have gone either way, Fury was left with one undeniable truth: he had not performed at his best. What happened that night? Despite Fury's towering size and natural talent, Usyk's footwork and ring IQ presented a challenge that Fury had not fully prepared for. Fury admits that he became too complacent, allowing Usyk to control the pace of the fight. There was a moment of arrogance in his approach, perhaps believing that his natural size and strength would be enough to overpower Usyk. The result was a decision loss that Fury still can't shake off. Why wasn't he focused? Why did he allow himself to clown around in the ring, enjoying the spectacle more than the fight itself? These questions have haunted Fury ever since that night. I should have been more disciplined. I got caught out, Fury admits. I gave him too much respect and not enough attention. That loss stung, but it also lit a fire inside Fury that he can't seem to extinguish. There's one thing the Gypsy King does not do: it's lose without a fight. The mistakes and lessons learned. Fury recounts how, after the fight, he spent hours in reflection. He watched the footage over and over again, analyzing where he went wrong. I can't be complacent again, he says firmly. I have to stay on my game the whole time. Usyk is a great fighter, and he showed that. The lessons from the first fight have been incorporated into his second camp. This time, there's no room for mistakes. The Gypsy King has vowed to be focused from round 1 to the final bell, prepared to make the adjustments needed to secure victory. Joe Rogan, a man who has seen countless fighters come and go, has recently been vocal about his admiration for Tyson Fury. On his popular podcast, Rogan expressed genuine shock at the transformation he's seen in Fury's training. You know, Tyson is a freak. The guy's been doing this for so long, but what's crazy is how he keeps evolving. The training he's doing now, especially under Sugar Hill, it's different. He's more focused, more disciplined. I'm really excited to see what he brings to the next fight with Usyk. Rogan's words reflect the broader shift in how people view Tyson Fury's approach to boxing. What once seemed like a chaotic, unpredictable force is now a calculated and disciplined fighter. Has Tyson Fury truly transformed himself into a fighter who can beat Usyk? His commitment to the fight is undeniable. With Sugar Hill's training methods and the lessons learned from past mistakes, Fury looks like a different fighter, an older, wiser version of the man who defeated Wilder and took down the world. But with age comes the inevitable question: is this the last chapter of Tyson Fury's legendary career, or is there more in the tank for the Gypsy King to prove? As Tyson Fury prepares for his rematch against Usyk, there's no denying the magnitude of what lies ahead. Victory would not only mean regaining the titles he lost, but it would also reinforce his claim as the greatest heavyweight of his era. He would have beaten Usyk at his best and reasserted his dominance in the sport. But what happens if Fury loses again? Does his legacy take a hit? Or does he still remain one of the greatest heavyweights of all time? How much does this rematch mean to Tyson Fury, and how much does it mean to the world of boxing? For now, the Gypsy King is laser-focused. He's training with a level of discipline that even Joe Rogan finds shocking. With every punch, every movement, every moment of his camp, Fury is preparing to answer the biggest question of his career. Can he beat Usyk? As the world waits for Tyson Fury to step back into the ring for his rematch with Alexander Usyk, there's one thing that remains certain. Tyson Fury is not finished, not by a long shot. He has been to the depths of despair, but each time he's risen from it stronger than before. In the end, Tyson Fury is not just a fighter. He's a symbol of resilience. His legacy will be defined not only by his victories, but by his ability to continually rise, to challenge himself, and to fight for what he believes is his. As the rematch with Usyk looms ever closer, the world will be watching, eager to see if Tyson Fury can complete his journey to redemption and reclaim his place atop the heavyweight division. Will the Gypsy King's evolution be enough to secure victory, or Will Usyk's slick skills prove too much once again? One thing is for sure. This is a fight that will define Tyson Fury's legacy and perhaps the future of heavyweight boxing itself.